Welcome to Let's Love / Hate the Final Fantasy VII Remake. My name is Adam, less than Adam, and I am here to discuss and do a Let's Play on the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I love the original Final Fantasy VII on PSX. 1997's OG Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. I effing love it. Now, I'm very, very ambivalent about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I absolutely hated many parts about it, and many of the choices that were made, especially the ending, and especially certain characters called Whispers that we will get into as they come up during the game. But I have decided to do my first ever Let's Play on the remake, so we can discuss it, we can talk about it, we can get into exactly what is good and what is terrible about this game. It is a love-hate game for sure. First of all, y'all should know that I'm a very old man, and that I like to play the PlayStation original for a good time. And I like turn-based RPGs, or at least with the active time battle system. Action RPG, oh god. This game is a little bit of a struggle, especially on normal difficulty, which is what I will be playing a fresh file on normal difficulty. I've only played through this game one time in its entirety, and I originally started with the classic mode, and then I moved it up to easy. Occasionally I would bump it up to normal, but I found that a little difficult for my first ever time. So I played most of it on an easier setting, but I'm going to do this run on normal. I'm letting you know right now that this will be ugly. I am not a Twitch-based gamer by any means, which is part of the reason why I love the original JRPG style the best. But we're about to get started here. We're going to, now that we've listened to the opening intro, that beautiful crystal theme. So I'll be quiet during some of the scenes, especially ones with dialogue, and I'll chime in here and there. Alright, so right away we're looking at a Final Fantasy XIII sort of feel. This is very similar to how many games start. Shadow of the Colossus comes to mind with the bird flying over a desolate landscape with just one tower in the background. And that opening shot also reminded me very much of Final Fantasy XIII, which I did not hate as much as many people. I thought it was an interesting take. Certainly not the best Final Fantasy game, but it was a worthy entry in my opinion. Although it did start and really continue on many of the hallway-based aspects that many people hate. That was a real departure from the original. We can already see this is much different than the original opening. The original opening of the 97 game started with this ethereal sound. It's like up in the stars, and then it kind of morphs into a little Mako energy. Mako, my bad. Some of these words are hard to get used to pronouncing correctly after I had mispronounced them for years and years and years. Back in the day when we didn't have voice acting in games, we just had to read it. So yeah, this is all original stuff. This is not part of the original. This is expanded. I don't know, I think it's a little on the nose, a little unnecessary. I preferred the intro to the demo of the remake that came out, which was almost a beat-for-beat recreation of the original. And here we go. you know, the flickering light. I don't know what freaks her out. We obviously can't see it. Maybe there are things that only she can see later. Maybe she's looking at, or maybe she's just kind of freaked out by the ambiance of that. I don't know what she looked at down that hallway, and if I'm not mistaken, she was looking at a Mako pipe that had a leak in it. Now that guy's a dick. It's a nice moment. They nailed it. I really love it. It gives me chills playing it. It gives me chills just watching it just now. So well done. The music crescendos. The graphics are amazing. And we're off to a good start.
Get down here, Merc.
Now, Cloud looks so badass there. This is just awesome. Great intro, great start to this game. This is just like the original one. I'm going to stop saying that all the time at a certain point.
Halt! Who goes there?
You're up.
You're coming with us. Nice and easy.
Don't think so. Not bad.
You see how he got to level 7 and got a potion out of that, which if you double click on those guys on the original, you get 2 potions.
Who in the hell?
And you turn level
Hands where I
7
can see
in the
'em.
first battle. So that was a cool little nod.
Have fun.
Ah, Jessie. Jessie's fantastic. Fun, playful, typical smiley, happy JRPG lady. These
Freeze!
frigging
Moving we shoot.
tutorials
Go ahead.
are everywhere, and there's no way to disable them. I cannot figure that
Enough
out.
of this.
Tell me, why did that happen? So you can see I'm not very good. That's alright.
Nothing to it.
Hopefully I'll get better as we go. Now look at this. You gotta have a stop by a tutorial over and over and over again. It's ridiculous.
Drop the weapon!
You got this.
Yeah, what he said.
Guarding and evading. That's like the worst thing. Like, I do it here because the thing just reminded me of that, but I'm terrible about doing it in other fights. I just try to end them as fast as possible and don't use defense. And defense is really good in this game because you got this counter ability that kicks all sorts of butt. So, more tutorials. It just never ends.
So what's Soldier Boy's deal? Is he one of us now? He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore.
You get the shot
Well,
of
he's a professional,
Biggs's
unlike the rest of
balls
us.
right there as
I'm glad to
Jessie
have
is
him.
referencing another man's balls. Very uncomfortable.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
Really enjoy the work with though.
Looks are what people notice first.
Guess I'm not on the same page as people.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
Enough. We're done here.
Come on, nobody do something this crazy just for money. They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
Okay, you know what I think about Wedge? I don't give a fuck if it's Badger. I don't care who the voice actor is. He's a shit character with a weird voice and terrible
Wedge.
characterization, terrible design. And Wedge just sucks in this game. Can't stand it. We'll get into that as we go along.
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gill.
Great character design. The character designs, for the most part, certainly in the main cast, Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, Aerith, are just phenomenal. They absolutely nailed the characterization, and I love this shot here. So, I cut some stuff out. You're not going to see every single battle. You're not going to see every little single frame of this game. I'm trying to make it so we can really enjoy the story, discuss the game mechanics a little bit, but not watch every single battle or every little thing that I do.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy?
We're gonna keep a counter
We can do this
of every
with you,
time
or we can do
Cloud
this without you.
Freaks out.
Different reactor,
or
different
has a little
layout.
moment like that.
Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this.
It happens
But I'll
dozens of
manage.
times throughout the game, and nobody ever really does anything about it. People might comment on it, but nobody says like, dude, what the fuck? I mean, you keep having these breakdowns. We can't keep going on like this. There's something wrong with you, dude.
Door! Well, wait.
Just a ridiculous scenario all the way around.
That's my line.
This is a badass hero shot, though. More tutorials! Nothing like getting into the game at the beginning. Nothing to draw you into it like unskippable tutorials. No matter how many times you played the game, you cannot skip. And if you're trying to make a video like this, I don't want that crap. I'll show you what to do. You sacrifice a little bit of speed, quite a bit of speed mobility for absolute ass-kicking, more damage output. So he changes his stance and does more damage that way. And that's one of the keys to the game, really, is learning how to do that.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do?
All right,
And
keep
we're
that in
good.
mind. No one else in command will talk to us. This is a group
Careful
called
in there.
Avalanche. And in the in the original game, you got maybe there were more people, but they were really never even mentioned. Avalanche is an eco-terrorist organization trying to stop the evil Shinra Corporation / government from
Looks like the elevator's on another
destroying
floor.
the planet
Mind
by
clicking that
sucking all the
button?
Mako energy, all the out of it to power their futuristic steampunk society.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you guys close?
Ah, Jessie. A flashback. It's Cloud's hometown,
Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
and that's Tifa, young Tifa from years and years and years ago.
Tifa and I.
Okay, that was just a memory. He did not have like a grab his head, keel over kind of reaction, so that's not going to go on the counter. It's only when he's noticeably disturbed And the people around him might mention it, but don't do anything about it. Don't force the issue at all. Ah, Shinra. Here come the bad guys.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
This pump's sole purpose is to drain the planet dry. While you sleep, while you eat, while you shit, it's here sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest, and it doesn't care. You do realize what Mako is, don't you? Mako is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red. The hell you think's gonna happen when it's all gone, huh? Answer me! You gonna stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can!
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do!
Get help.
Say that again!
So that whole part is a nod to the original. I love when they're taking down the elevator and Barrett makes that kind of
Save the screaming for later.
speech. And then literally when Cloud just kind of blows it off, says he's not interested, doesn't care about the planet, Barrett then turns to the camera and shakes his blocky fist right at you, breaking the fourth wall.
On the line now.
Love it. So they're going in. This branch of Avalanche is going in to bomb Mako Reactor number 1, just like the original.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting.
But unlike the original,
There's some places a sword just can't reach.
You learn in this one that these people are just one branch of the Avalanche resistance group that is actually like more extreme than the rest of them. They don't wear uniforms,
Should've asked for more
and you get the impression that Avalanche proper does not approve of this strategy to go in and blow up Mako reactors. Obviously, they've killed however many people already just getting in here. Now here are some machines. Now this is a cool feature of the battle system. You only control one person at a time in battle, but you can switch back and forth between your characters whenever you want. And here obviously you want to go over to Barrett because he has ranged weapons to get those guys. So here's a fun little part. I remember these stairs.
Laser security system. Great.
It's not really a fun little part. It's a stupid part. It's kind of a tutorial section to teach you how to run in this game. And there are actually 3 different buttons to run. So a little bit overkill. But I mean, what kind of security system is this? Like seriously, these don't set off an alarm when you hit it. It just causes like incidental damage, like 10 to 20 hit points. If you get hit by it. These, I mean, that's just a worthless system. So Cloud's just running right through it.
You're doing good, soldier.
Jessie's giving you credit. Barrett, who's lagging behind a little bit, getting hit every once in a while, but no biggie.
Come on then. Pretty easy, right?
So this is silly. See, 11 points of damage, which is nothing, all things considered. So I don't know why they even have this part in. It's not even really worth it.
Not a scratch. No.
But you know,
Look.
we got our first big fight coming up here. A sweeper.
They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
Not if you wipe the floor with them first.
And on normal difficulty, it takes a lot longer than on easy or classic mode that I was used to. And it's susceptible to magic. And this, I believe this fight is the one that gives you the tutorial on the stagger system. I'm gonna beat the crap out of it and build up that little orange bar below the yellow bar to get it to stagger, and its defense goes down and it collapses and all that good stuff.
Let's pin it down. Give it all you got.
So now it's knocked down. It's pressured. It's not staggered yet, but you can see you're building up that meter.
Of course. It just had to get back up.
So we knock it down again.
I like all the banter during fights between the parties. Just a fun little aspect of this. And there's banter after the fights as well, some of which is really funny and entertaining. There we go. We got stagger.
Now's our chance.
Now you can cut through it like butter.
Tell me twice. I'm gonna enjoy this.
Everybody has their own like special abilities and everything like that. Everybody can use magic. It all depends on what materia you equip people with. Right now I've got their default stuff. I don't think you can change it yet at this point in the game. Cloud's got fire. Barrett's got lightning. I always thought of Cloud as a lightning guy. I don't understand why he should be lightning. He's Cloud. And I always think of Barrett as a fire guy because he is so fiery. So the first chance I get, I usually swap those out and make Barrett a fire elemental, if you will, and Cloud as lightning. Now, you can do whatever you want. That's just a restriction I made. So you can see I'm skipping ahead a little bit to just kind of get to the point. Now we're getting to towards the basement.
The reactor core.
The reactor core.
Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
Like, okay, the music. It's not as good. Certain things are not as good. The original soundtrack here had this sweet synthetic like beeps and bops and just cooler tones. I think the symphonic just sort of makes it kind of generic and the strings, like, it makes me sleepy.
Good luck.
The original one was kind of like creepy.
Aw, you're choosing me over the reactor? That's sweet, but I'll wait my turn.
Always talk to Jessie whenever you can, of course. She's cool with her headband and her weird armor that doesn't make a lot of sense, but good for her. We're a fan of Jessie. Now these monodrives, they are weak to fire, so I'll get to that as soon as I build up the necessary ATB. You can see in the lower right corner these little meters, and once you fill up one segment of it, you can do a special move like I just did fire. I'm about to do it again here. Not waste it on somebody with that low of energy, but... And then you can go into these sub-menus, and like right there I issued a command with Barrett to attack with lightning. And I'm not doing very well. Looks... That fight was pretty ugly, but what are you gonna do? Beautiful setting. This is well done. You gotta love the colors, the design. It's all well done here. The music though, it just, some of them are improvements. Like here, you can hear like a battle version of this song, which picks up a little bit as fun, but it just doesn't have the charm to some of it. I actually do like the cheesy keyboard tones from 1997.
All right, let's see if Little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job!
Okay, so there's number 2. Cloud, headache, keel over move, spacing out move. Second time it's happened in front of Barrett.
What's wrong?
I'm fine. What about the timer?
Your call, Merc.
This is stupid. 20 minutes or 30 minutes, neither
Pretty
are a
cocky,
challenge.
ain't you?
I don't really remember what the difference is. I think you might get something if you do it 20 minutes.
You double-crossing!
Heads up.
What in the hell?
Oh boy, we're in for a treat here. You get to watch me struggle in my first boss fight under this action RPG realm.
It's got reinforced armor
It's an
plating,
absolute-
but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning magic.
Absolute piece of cake against the guard scorpion, it's called in the original. This is much more interesting. See, I got it knocked down there with that bolt of lightning and probably not doing damage to the right spot. It's back up now. This fight is tough. Very, very, very tough. I will tell you, when I fought it, for this fight here, I ended up having to use every single potion and ether that I had to get through it. It was just, I just did not do a good job at all. I'm really bad at dodging, really bad at blocking.
My turn.
All you Gen Zers out there are used to this type of stuff. I am an old man and I like my ABT wait feature so I can think about it and what I'm doing and as I'm playing the game.
You know, all these explosions and all these numbers popping up on the screen so fast. I mean, it's just like, it's obviously designed for a different generation than I am a part of. We saw a lot of this in Final Fantasy 13. I got used to it. It's cool. This whole battle system is like a better version of 13. More active, more things to do. But in terms of building up stagger,
Or go down in flames.
breaking enemies' defenses, you know, the health bar going down, the stagger bar going up, that's all a 13 thing.
Damn it! This thing is tough!
It wouldn't be much of a weapon if it went down easy.
Don't compliment the giant scorpion!
So you can see I'm having a hard time figuring out how to hurt it.
There! Attack it from the rear.
Alright, soldier boy, show me what you got.
There we go. Hit it, but
No escape.
I always had a hard time with the lock-on thing, too. That supposedly makes it easier. So now I can't do anything but hit it with magic from this distance. So switch over to Barret. You can see my MP is getting low.
Damn pain in the ass!
Alright, so I skipped ahead, and this is the end. I went back and replayed this. I replayed it on normal, but I went back and replayed it so I could get out of this fight without having had to use every single one of my potions and ethers. I did a lot better the second time I fought it, but it's a challenge.
The ball!
I've heard of people actually dying at this first boss, which is, you know, half an hour into the game.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
So here's the first time you save Jessie. Jessie needs saving throughout this game. She is a damsel in distress, so to speak.
Do I look okay? Help a girl out, would you? My hero.
Hey! We'll link up over there! Look after Jessie!
My hero.
It just didn't seem to match. It
Come
should have been
this
more
way.
like my hero or
This route
my
should lead us
hero.
straight
It
to Barret.
just
Probably.
I don't know. The delivery just didn't seem to make fit the context right
I
there.
think I see an exit. Come on.
So those boxes are important, especially on normal and hard mode. Got to beat the game to get to hard mode. And this is a fresh file, so as high as I can go is normal. And trust me, it's hard enough when you're starting out from scratch. I thought about starting this game on New Game Plus and having all the weapons and everything that I had on my previous playthrough, but I decided to do that. So I've only played this game through once, all the way.
Running out of time.
Shut up and climb. You're not helping.
Sorry, it keeps me focused. I'll freak out if I don't.
I like this shot. This is kind of cool. You can see Barrett climbing on the other side over there with his one arm because he's got a gun on him. I always thought, I just like that shot.
Barrett!
I've got you covered. Find us a way out of here.
But then...
Don't worry, I'll be fine. I've got Soldier Boy with me.
X, Soldier Boy.
They're here! Take them down!
We don't have time for this shit. The clock's ticking.
Cool it. 5 seconds is all we need.
So you have to backtrack. You get all the way through that stuff. Then you get to the elevator.
Sir.
So Heidegger, the number 1, if you will, to President Shinra, pushed that button, and now stuff is blowing up the reactor. Love it. Cloud is great in this game. They nailed it. They nailed Cloud perfectly. His attitude, his voice acting is tremendous. They had to nail Cloud, and I feel like they absolutely hit every single note perfectly. So now we gotta run. We gotta run out before the place completely blows up. I mean, this is obviously, Jessie's little bomb did not do that.
If I couldn't, believe me, you'd be the first to know.
That's such a,
I'll take that as a
it's
yes.
such a stupid line. Another stupid line. And another save for Jessie.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
And the famous cocky look. So that was a pretty cool jump. Keep that jump in mind later when he can't jump over simple objects. That was a hell of an explosion, and that definitely was not caused by the bomb that they planted. That was definitely a self-destruct type thing caused by the president. So that's chapter 1. Thank you for joining me.